Now today marks the 10th anniversary of the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370, one of the greatest aviation mysteries.
Archaeologists have discovered a vast tunnel under an ancient Egyptian temple that may lead to Cleopatra's lost tomb.
After 80 years of secrecy, U.S. authorities have revealed a long-hidden truth that challenges our understanding of history. In a surprising disclosure, it has been revealed that the origins and construction methods of Stonehenge, an ancient wonder comprised of immense stones arranged in a circular formation, have been intentionally concealed. Experts from around the globe are now diligently unraveling the purpose and techniques employed in its construction, shedding light on secrets that have remained undisclosed for centuries. Join us as we expose the concealed truths that the government has been hiding from us. Stonehenge, the unsolved clues of ancient giants. Stonehenge stands out. It is a prehistoric monument located in Wiltshire, England, famed not only for its towering stones, which can reach heights of up to 4.1 meters and weigh over 25 tons, but also for the numerous unanswered questions it poses. The origins of Stonehenge and the methods employed in its construction have baffled researchers and historians for centuries. Stonehenge has captivated the human imagination for countless years, challenging our understanding of ancient engineering and community effort. Imagine a time when modern technology, such as metal tools or the wheel, did not exist, and yet a determined group of individuals managed to erect such a monumental structure. This feat would have required a significant communal effort, not just in the physical transportation and sculpting of these enormous stones, but also in managing the logistical aspects of daily life, including food provision, child care, and the gathering of essential materials like stone, rope, and timber. The transportation of the stones used in Stonehenge's construction is a story of human perseverance and ingenuity. The smaller stones, known as bluestones, were transported from quarries in Wales, covering a distance of approximately 220 miles. Meanwhile, the larger sarsen stones, which dominate the landscape of Stonehenge, were procured from nearer locations in southern England. Nevertheless, their transportation was equally remarkable, requiring substantial human effort and coordination, likely utilizing sledges and possibly boats for portions of the journey. Throughout history, various theories have been proposed to explain the placement of Stonehenge's massive stones. One theory suggests the use of wooden rollers and planks acting as primitive ball bearings to facilitate the movement of these colossal stones. Demonstrations by individuals such as Wally Wallington, a retired construction worker, have shown that it is possible to move and even elevate large stones using simple tools and clever techniques, such as leveraging smaller stones as rolling supports. Some theories propose that the blue stones of Stonehenge were transported over 160 miles by a collective effort of humans and possibly animals. This monumental undertaking underscores the significance of Stonehenge to its creators. The circular arrangement of the stones might have served as a unifying symbol for the community, fostering a sense of solidarity during challenging times or serving as a sacred space to honor distinguished leaders. Despite numerous hypotheses and extensive research, the exact methods used to transport and erect the stones of Stonehenge remain a mystery, fueling ongoing speculation and intrigue. The purpose behind Stonehenge's construction is another source of fascination. Some believe it served as a ceremonial site, an ancient astronomical observatory, or a sacred burial ground. However, in the absence of definitive evidence, the true intentions of Stonehenge's builders and the significance the monument held for them are lost to history, shrouded in mystery. The tale of the Beale ciphers unfolds like a mystery from a book, where a treasure map leads to untold riches. Back in the early 19th century, a man by the name of Thomas Jefferson Bill is said to have hidden a vast treasure somewhere in Bedford County, Virginia. He crafted 3 mysterious codes, one pinpointing the treasure's location, another detailing what the treasure contained, and a third listing who should inherit this fortune. Bill entrusted these mysterious codes to his friend, Robert Morris, asking him to keep them safe. After doing so, Bill disappeared without a trace, becoming nothing more than a whisper in the annals of history. As time marched on, the truth about the treasure stayed locked away, known to none. When one of the codes was finally cracked, it revealed a message about incredible amounts of gold, silver, and precious stones, suggesting a wealth so vast it's difficult to grasp. This revelation hinted at a life-changing fortune, yet with Bill gone and no further leads, the story became nothing more than a legend. For more than 100 years, people have scoured Bedford County, digging in hopes of finding this elusive treasure. However, the earth has kept its secrets well, with the supposed treasure yet to be found, if it even exists at all. The enigma surrounding the Beale ciphers is not only about the hunt for treasure, it represents a challenge that has stumped even the smartest individuals. Despite countless efforts by many, using everything from basic tools to advanced technology, the remaining codes have withstood all attempts to break them, making some question whether the whole thing is just an elaborate tale. Yet, the allure of the Beale ciphers endures. The prospect of uncovering hidden wealth and the excitement of the search continue to attract adventurers, researchers, and those who love a good puzzle. Some think that the ciphers conceal more than just the location of a treasure, possibly offering insights into America's early history or telling us more about the people of that era. From the architectural wonders of Stonehenge to the cryptic Beale ciphers, these mysteries highlight the depths of human curiosity, ingenuity, and the enduring nature of secrets. They remind us of the vast unknowns that lie in our past, sparking a sense of wonder and driving us to continue exploring in the hopes of someday unraveling the truths that have remained concealed for millennia. Step into deep-sea mysteries and stories of ancient queens, where secrets and hidden places wait to be found. Strange tales, from the Bermuda Triangle to Cleopatra's lost tomb. Let's explore the Bermuda Triangle, often called the Devil's Triangle. This region in the North Atlantic Ocean has become famous for stories of ships and planes mysteriously vanishing. This area, lying in the Sargasso Sea and bordered by Miami, Bermuda, and San Juan, Puerto Rico, covers about 700,000 square kilometers. It's a busy path for both sea and air transport, which adds to the intrigue surrounding its reputation for mysterious disappearances. Some say the Bermuda Triangle's fearsome reputation might be a bit exaggerated since ships and planes also disappear in other parts of the world. However, the Triangle has a unique collection of stories that continue to attract attention and fuel all kinds of theories, from lost ancient civilizations like Atlantis to alien abductions. Yet, when these ideas are presented to scientists, they're often met with skepticism. Experts usually point to more ordinary explanations such as human mistakes, natural environmental factors, or magnetic fields that confuse navigation instruments. But of course, straightforward explanations don't quite capture the imagination like the more fantastic theories do. Switching to a different kind of mystery, we look at ancient Egypt and one of its most famous rulers, Cleopatra. Cleopatra was a remarkable figure, not just for her political acumen and ability to speak the Egyptian language, unlike her predecessors, but also for her dramatic love affairs with powerful men like Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, which have become the stuff of legend. Cleopatra's death is as much a mystery as her life was fascinating. Although she was one of the most famous figures in history, the exact location of her tomb remains unknown. Despite various archaeological digs and explorations revealing clues about her final resting place, Cleopatra's tomb remains hidden, much like the many secrets of the Bermuda Triangle. Kathleen Martinez is an archaeologist who has been tirelessly working since 2005 to find the burial place of the famous Queen Cleopatra. She has focused her search around the Taposiris Magna Temple, believing it to be a key location in this mystery. In her adventurous quest, she made a significant discovery in 2022, a secret tunnel lying under the sea, which she thinks might lead to the Queen's tomb. Martinez suggests that Cleopatra, along with all the rulers from the Ptolemy dynasty, that began with Alexander the Great could be buried in what was once the bustling city of Alexandria, now hidden beneath the sea. She thinks the Taposiris Magna Temple is especially important because it was dedicated to Isis, a goddess closely associated with Cleopatra, evidenced by the finding of a special marker at the temple. During her ongoing exploration, Martinez uncovered an underground passage right under the Taposiris Magna Temple in Egypt. This passage, stretching over 1,300 meters, is being compared to the famous tunnel of Eupalinos in Greece for its impressive construction. This discovery has sparked renewed hope and excitement about the possibility of finally finding the place where Cleopatra was laid to rest. Despite Cleopatra's fame and the tales of her dramatic life and love with Mark Antony, the exact spot where she was buried remains unknown. Many experts, including underwater archaeologist Frank Gaudio, have explored the waters around Alexandria, based on the belief that Cleopatra's tomb might be underwater. These efforts were motivated by stories that suggest her burial site might have been affected by natural disasters like earthquakes and slowly taken by the sea. However, none of these searches have been successful in finding Cleopatra's tomb, leaving it a mystery that continues to fascinate. Driven by her admiration for Cleopatra and a strong belief in the historical importance of finding her tomb, Martinez has suggested a different place for the queen's burial, at the Taposiris Magna Temple, dedicated to Isis. With the help of modern technology, including radars that can see into the ground, her team has found many ancient objects, like statues, jewelry, and even mummies, along with a long underground tunnel. These findings have not yet led to Cleopatra's tomb, but provide important clues that keep the hope alive for solving one of history's greatest puzzles. The story of the Sodder family is both interesting and heartbreaking. It started in a small West Virginia town where they lived happily until a disastrous event on Christmas Eve in 1945. That night, a fire broke out in their home. Amid the confusion, 5 out of 9 Sodder children were thought to be caught in the blaze. But, after the fire, no signs of the children were found in the ashes, which puzzled everyone and left a mystery that's still unsolved. The fire was first thought to be an accident, but strange things happened before and after it. That made people wonder if it was really an accident. Some people even said they saw the children after the fire, leading to theories they might have been taken away by someone and might still be out there. The parents, George and Jenny Sodder, couldn't accept that their children were gone without a trace. They remembered weird things like a ladder that was not in its usual place, a phone line that seemed cut on purpose, and scary noises and events that happened before the fire. An insurance man who had visited them before the fire had left a chilling warning after being turned away, hinting at a fire because of George Sodder's dislike for Mussolini, the Italian leader. Determined to find out what really happened, the Sodders turned detectives themselves. They hired private eyes, advertised rewards for any information, and put up big signs asking for help in finding their children. Over time, they got many tips and possible sightings from far and wide, but none helped solve the mystery. People also questioned how the authorities dealt with the fire and the investigation. They pointed out that the fire department took a long time to respond, and that the investigation was not thorough. Some thought the mafia might be behind it, punishing the family for George's political opinions. Others thought the children might have been taken by someone they knew, or even by agents from another country. Despite all the theories and possible leads, what really happened to the Sodder children is still a big question. The family never stopped looking for them, holding on to hope till their last days. Now, the tale of the Sodder family reminds us of the deep sadness and the never-ending search for answers when loved ones disappear without explanation. It's a story that has intrigued many, leading to books, documentaries, and endless discussions about the night that changed the Sodder family forever. It's a story of loss, the unending hope, and the quest for truth that never dies. Next up, we explore strange events and brave journeys that puzzle and inspire us. Lost Legends, finding out what happened to MH370 and Amelia Earhart. Let's explore the complex world of human dreams and the boldness of technology, focusing on two mysterious events: the vanishing of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 and the daring journey of Amelia Earhart. These stories, though almost 100 years apart, come together as lessons from history, turning into tales that fascinate us while making us think about the costs of pushing boundaries. On March 8, 2014, a plane called MH370 was flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing with 239 people on board. What should have been a normal flight turned into a huge mystery. About 40 minutes after it took off, no one could contact the plane anymore, and it disappeared from radar. This left everyone puzzled because the plane, flown by skilled pilots, kept flying for 7 more hours in a way that wasn't planned, making it very hard to find. People have talked a lot about this, with some thinking the plane was hidden on purpose. After the plane went missing, a very big search began, covering areas like the South China Sea, the Strait of Malacca, and even far into the Indian Ocean. Despite everyone's hope and sadness, only a few pieces of the plane were found later on, giving us a little bit of information about what might have happened but not the whole story. These pieces were found far from where people thought the plane crashed, adding to the mystery. Many ideas have come up about what might have happened, including one that someone took over the plane on purpose, or that the pilot, Zaharia Ahmad Shah, might have crashed it on purpose, an idea that got support from flight paths found on a flight simulator in his house. But even with all the talking and guessing, we still don't know exactly what happened, and where MH370 ended up is as much a mystery as the deepest parts of the ocean. In the time right after the plane went missing, the whole world watched as people from different countries came together to look for MH370 in what became one of the biggest searches ever. The families of the people on the plane were left waiting for answers, their sadness made worse by not knowing what happened. They wanted to know more and asked for everyone involved to be more open and to be held responsible, leading to talks about making rules for keeping track of flights better. People have thought of many different reasons for the plane's disappearance, from problems with the plane itself to someone hacking into its systems. Experts have looked at every bit of information, from signals from satellites to where the pieces that were found might have drifted from, trying to put together what happened in the plane's last moments. But without solid proof, a lot of questions are still unanswered. The MH370 mystery has made us talk about things we don't know about our world today. It seems strange that in a time when we can track almost everything, a big plane could just disappear. This reminds us that there are still big places we know little about, and that sometimes things are beyond our control. As time goes on, the story of MH370 remains in people's minds. Every year, people remember those who were lost, and everyone, from family and friends to people around the world, hopes for some news that will help make sense of the mystery. The missing plane has become a story of how unexpected events can challenge us, bring us together, and keep us searching for the truth. Investigators have checked everything from who was on the plane to how well the plane was looked after, looking for any hint that might explain what happened. Lots of time and effort have been spent trying to find the plane, driven by a sense of duty and the mystery of the unknown. The story of MH370 has become part of popular culture, leading to books, films, and online groups all trying to figure out the mystery. Whenever new pieces of the plane are found, there's hope that we might be close to finding out the truth. But the main mystery is still unsolved. People who know a lot about planes say that understanding what happened to MH370 is important to make sure something like this doesn't happen again. What we've learned from looking for the plane and studying what happened has already changed how we keep track of flights and how we respond to emergencies. But maybe the biggest lesson is in how we deal with not knowing and how a tragedy can bring people together to work towards a common goal. As we ponder these tales of ambition and technological feats, we're drawn into their mysteries, which serve as both fascinating narratives and somber warnings. Amelia Earhart's attempt to fly around the world was as bold as it was dangerous, showcasing her relentless drive and determination. Despite facing numerous obstacles, including discrimination against women in the field of aviation, Earhart emerged as an icon of bravery and pioneering success. Her ambitious journey kicked off on June 1, 1937, from Oakland, California, with her navigator Fred Noonan by her side, aiming to secure a place for herself in the history books. By the time July 1937 came around, Earhart and Noonan had successfully flown 22,000 miles, making it to Lae, New Guinea. Their next goal was Howland Island, a tiny island in the vastness of the Pacific Ocean, about 2,500 miles away. This part of their trip was especially risky due to difficulties in navigation, problems with radio communications, and a critical shortage of fuel, which ultimately led to their downfall. Despite careful preparations and the support of the U.S. Coast Guard ready to assist their landing, Earhart's last messages were filled with urgent concern. They couldn't find the island and were running out of fuel. The vanishing of Earhart and Noonan sparked a massive search effort, which became known as the most expensive air and sea search in U.S. history at the time. Despite these extensive efforts, no trace of them or their Lockheed Electra airplane was found. Earhart was officially declared dead on January 5, 1939, and the exact details of what happened to them remained a puzzle. Over time, many theories have been proposed about their fate, including the official stance that they crashed into the ocean because they ran out of fuel. The mystery surrounding Earhart's last flight continues to fascinate and motivate people, symbolizing the human desire to explore and the captivating nature of unsolved mysteries. Years of searching brought little in the way of answers until a recent find by deep-sea divers suggested where Earhart's Lockheed Electra might have ended up. However, even this discovery hasn't provided clear answers about what exactly happened to her. Adding to the mystery surrounding Earhart are theories suggesting she was captured by Japanese forces, supported by photos and stories of espionage, though these theories are mostly speculative. Let's step back in time to discover old mysteries and inventions from long ago. Secrets of the past, how the Maya fell and the very first computer. The story of the ancient Maya civilization's decline is a complex one, with multiple layers and reasons rather than a single event leading to their downfall. This civilization, known for its stunning architecture, advanced writing system, and achievements in astronomy, faced a period of decline due to a mix of internal conflicts, environmental challenges, and changes in society. One of the key reasons for their downfall was intense warfare among the various city-states that made up the Maya civilization. Unlike minor skirmishes of the past, these battles were for control over land and resources. As these fights grew in intensity, they not only used up precious resources, but also weakened the social bonds within communities. This era of conflict led to the construction of defenses and had far-reaching effects on the people, focusing their efforts on conquering others and capturing prisoners for sacrifices. Such widespread warfare drained resources and caused significant disruptions in Maya society. Another major factor in the Maya's decline was the problem of having too many people and not enough resources to support them. The cities and surrounding areas were overcrowded, putting a huge strain on agriculture, which was the backbone of their economy. This situation was made even worse by a series of long droughts that hit the region between the 8th and 10th centuries. These droughts reduced water availability and led to repeated crop failures, threatening the survival of a civilization that relied heavily on farming. The Maya also faced challenges with their natural resources running low, as seen in the change of building materials from sapodilla wood, their first choice, to the less desirable logwood. This shift suggests they were using up their resources faster than they could be replenished, pointing to broader issues of environmental mismanagement and the overuse of their land, forests, and water. Despite these challenges, it's important to understand that the Maya civilization's decline was a slow process rather than a sudden collapse. Different cities fell at different times, and the Maya influence continued in other regions and through later civilizations, like the Toltecs, who rose to prominence after the Maya and carried forward the cultural legacy of Mesoamerica. The decline of the Maya civilization shows how complex the interactions between human societies and their environments can be. While their major cities no longer thrived, the Maya people and their descendants still live in Central America today, keeping their rich history alive. The story of their decline is a reminder of the delicate balance between societies and the natural world around them. Shifting focus to another marvel of the ancient world, the Antikythera mechanism, discovered in an early 20th century shipwreck near the island of Antikythera, is often hailed as the first known computer. Dating back to the 1st century BCE, this device could track astronomical phenomena with remarkable accuracy, thanks to its 37 interlocking bronze gears. This artifact could monitor the paths of the sun and moon, predict eclipses, and even mimic the moon's complex orbit, showcasing a level of technological sophistication thought to be influenced by the Greek astronomer Hipparchus of Rhodes. This suggests an astonishing depth of astronomical and mechanical understanding for its time. Thanks to modern imaging techniques like computer X-ray tomography and high-resolution scanning, researchers have been able to decode inscriptions and intricate details of its workings, shedding light on its functions and origins. The mechanism was not only capable of tracking planetary movements, but also performed sophisticated astronomical calculations, demonstrating a level of complexity and precision in ancient technology that was once thought to be centuries away from being developed. The true beginnings of the Antikythera mechanism are still a subject of debate among experts. Some believe it might be connected to Archimedes' school of thought, while others think it was inspired by Hipparchus's work. Its design is a testament to the Greeks' deep understanding of mathematics and astronomy, possibly bridging the gap between the arithmetic predictions of the Babylonians and the geometric theories of the Greeks. This incredible device not only demonstrates the Hellenistic Greeks' forward-thinking approach to science, but also embodies the belief that nature follows certain predictable patterns. It's a key moment in the history of science, showing us that the ancient Greeks had the skills to make intricate mechanical devices that could simulate the movements of the celestial bodies. This idea is crucial because it lays the groundwork for the scientific principles we rely on today. Over 2,000 years ago, the ancient philosopher Plato told the world an enthralling story about Atlantis, a highly advanced society that supposedly disappeared without a trace overnight. He painted a picture of Atlantis as a powerful empire located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which suddenly sank into the ocean after losing the favor of the gods. This story has sparked countless theories and much speculation throughout history, turning Atlantis into a symbol of civilizations that have vanished and the grand ambitions of humanity. A well-liked idea that emerged in the 1970s, thanks to Charles Berlitz, is that the Bermuda Triangle swallowed Atlantis. Berlitz believed that Atlantis was near the Bahamas, and this idea gained some traction due to underwater formations found near Bimini. However, these formations were later proven by scientists to be natural occurrences, not remnants of an ancient civilization. Another fascinating proposal is that Atlantis was actually where Antarctica is today, moved from a warmer location by shifts in the Earth's crust around 12,000 years ago. This theory, put forward by Charles Hapgood, suggests that a once flourishing society is now hidden beneath layers of ice. Some think the tale of Atlantis sinking was inspired by the Black Sea flood around 5600 BC, when the Mediterranean Sea broke through the Bosporus and flooded the Black Sea, drastically altering the lives of people there. Others argue that the Atlantis legend could be recounting the destruction of the Minoan civilization, which was highly advanced and thrived on Crete and Thera, now known as Santorini, between 2500–1600 BC. The civilization met its end due to a massive volcanic eruption and tsunamis, leading some to draw parallels with the story of Atlantis. Despite the variety of intriguing theories, most historians and scientists believe Atlantis is a fictional story Plato used to explore philosophical themes. No undeniable proof of Atlantis's existence has surfaced, even with today's advanced ocean exploration technologies. The fascination with Atlantis was reignited in the 19th century by Ignatius Donnelly, who argued that Atlantis was a real place that laid the foundation for all ancient civilizations. Donnelly's theories have inspired a continuous search for Atlantis, linking it to numerous historical and mythological tales. More recent theories propose that the Cyclades Islands in the Mediterranean were once part of a larger landmass that might represent Atlantis's true location. This idea is backed by geological studies, indicating that the sea level in the Mediterranean was much lower in the past, which could match Plato's descriptions. The ongoing search for Atlantis often tells us more about our own curiosity and love for mysteries than it does about historical truths. The story of Atlantis, real or not, pushes us to think about what ancient societies might have existed and the secrets our planet might still be hiding. It reminds us of the vastness of human creativity and our endless desire to understand our history. What hidden mystery about old cities or stars do you think we'll find next? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us your ideas in the comments.